Have you ever wanted to put people into your landscapes but avoided it because it feels way too scary? Well, you are not alone. Painting people feels super intimidating and a lot of people shy away from it. But today I am going to show you the absolute simplest way to paint people, and we are going to drop them right into an urban landscape. Today we are traveling all the way over to gorgeous Mumbai, India to paint this beautiful urban landscape. A photo brought to us by our very own I Painted That Challenge community member. If you too would love to be part of a supportive painting community, then stick around to the end of this video and I will tell you more about it and tell you how you can join if you want to. Alright, so here is what is coming up. I am going to paint this whole scene, and when we get to the people, I am going to slow down and go into detail to give you step-by-step guidance on how you too can create simple figurines and put them into your scenes. Before we dive into painting this beautiful scene, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so I can keep making these awesome painting tutorial videos for you. Alright, let's go. Okay, now let's slow down and add these people. This is where most artists freeze up, give up, and are too scared that they might ruin their painting. But once you see how simple these steps are, you will be able to drop in any figurine into any landscape with confidence. Let's go. All right, so now that I have the environment for the people pretty much finished, I'm gonna start painting them in. And first I wanna show you some ones that I did earlier this year. These are so simple and so fun that I think once you learn how to do them, you'll be tempted to do them anywhere. So I did these in an airport. The best watercolor exercise for airports. I started painting people at the airports on my recent travels over to Germany for the holidays. This is definitely one of my favorite exercises that takes the pressure off of you to create something amazing. All you need to do this exercise is some paper and your brush, of course, and I just used black paint. Have you guys ever seen those fresh carrots out of the garden that have 2 legs? Yeah, that's pretty much what people are, except with some arms and a head on top. And then you just give your carrot a ground to stand on and some accessories like a suitcase, a bag, and then holding hands, maybe with some kids or each other. You can see that my people are pretty crazy looking and don't look super accurate, but that's kind of the point of these exercises, just to take the pressure off of you and to get you creating something new. Or of course, creating it all. It is always such an amazing feeling to be the person in these places that takes your paints out and actually sits and paints. If you have ever looked at an artist wishing that you could do the same, I promise you that you could do this too. It just takes starting. So simple. I love them. They're so much fun to paint. So we're gonna learn how to do this right now. And I think that this thing we're doing right now is a perfect time to use those style people. But before we do that, we need to practice. All right, so the way that we're gonna do this is just get a little bit of a dark color. It can be a sepia brown or a black. You can mix your own black, whatever works. We're going for simplicity here, and sometimes simplicity is the easiest way to get you to paint. So people don't need to be overcomplicated in painting and in life. So these are gonna look like those carrots that have 2 legs. Have you ever seen those before? It's gonna look like a carrot, like a double-legged carrot, and there's going to be a head on the top, and then you're going to have the arms doing whatever. So that's just one. Obviously it looks a little off balance, but that's how you practice. So let's do a couple more over here. A head, don't make the head too big, a body, and a double-legged carrot. Maybe he has a backpack on and he's walking whatever. Maybe he didn't need those arms. Let's do a person walking and holding a kid's hand, whatever way. Obviously those legs look a little funky, but you know what? Who cares? Maybe she's holding, maybe she's, whatever. Maybe she's walking a dog too. Super simple, you guys. Let's do a couple more and then we're gonna get these into the painting. Maybe this is a couple that's walking and he's like pointing at something. And then he's like, actually maybe he's holding a kid's hand. And the kid has a backpack on, a very large backpack, kind of like a growth, but that's okay. And maybe this kid is holding a dog on a leash. Whatever, you get the, and then you marked it out like that. Don't do that. Anyway, you get the idea. These are super simple people, a few strokes, just capturing the essence. So we're gonna go and put them into here. But before we do that, I wanna show you something not to do. I had tried to put these for the first time in one of my landscape paintings that we did for the challenge too, and you can see that right here, the head is just too big and it looks a little bit like an alien, okay? Heads don't look like that. They're smaller, or yeah, they're smaller than the shoulder, and you can see because I made the head so big right there, it looks a little alienish, like bobbleheady. We're not going for that. We're going for not bobbleheady. All right, here we go. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Right now, I'm gonna draw in where these people go. All right, I put my people in, and I know a lot of you guys are gonna feel really scared that you're gonna mess this up. So if you do feel like that, go and practice a little bit more. And then remember that this one piece of art that you're making is not precious. What's precious is all of your paintings that you make over time and the fact that you are sitting with your paints and the mental wellness and clarity and peacefulness that you are obtaining while you do it. That is what's precious, not this piece. So if you ruin it, or if you think you ruin it, you can always go and do it again, but best to just not worry about that. Otherwise, we don't get any better. So let's go and put these guys in. Guys and gals. And don't forget, you want to use your small brush. A big one won't do the job and you will certainly mess it up. Also remember that heads aren't circles, so don't make your heads like circles. You gotta make them, so these guys are like standing up here and like looking down at this guy. And underneath the people up here, I'm gonna make a little bit better of a bottom for them because I feel like they're kind of floating in space. And I want this line to be really differentiated because I want it to be obvious that some are on top of this thing and some are below this thing. All right, now I'm gonna do this guy. He is on a mission. Got a backpack. This guy is on a mission too. Oops, kind of messed up his hand right there, but that's okay. He's actually on the phone anyway, so he's walking. Who cares? Doesn't need to be perfect. And this guy has his hand out with his phone in his hand, actually, or whatever he's holding. I'm assuming it's his hand. And he's down here. You could put in a few more if you wanted for funsies. Make sure the people are the darkest. Put in a... They're all kind of walking. And you can't really see their legs because they're behind this thing, so... You can kind of see this guy's arms like that. He's kind of... There you go. I feel pretty happy with this. Again, they don't need to be perfect. They just need to look like people, and like people they look. So this is the simplest way to paint people into your images. If you wanted to get a little bit more exact with them, you certainly could, but I don't like to do that because that ruins the fun for me. So I just like to make them really simple and then be okay with the outcome. What do you guys think? Does that look doable to you? I think so. All right, well, here is the finished piece. I feel really happy with how it turned out. I feel like I'm there with people walking along this promenade and enjoying the Mumbai scenery. So I did go back in and fix a couple of my people that were bothering me. With watercolor, that is super simple to do. You just take a clean, wet brush, go in, get it wet, scrub it a little bit, and dab it off, and then you can just paint right back over that. But overall, I'm really happy with how this turned out, and I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial too and feel confident that you too can put little figures into your landscapes. All right, so that is a wrap. I really hope you loved this tutorial, and before I let you go, I host a free weekly challenge that we call the I Painted That Challenge, where our community paints the same photo every week, and the photo is usually landscape inspired, or in this case, urban landscape inspired, or nature inspired of some sort. The photo is usually crowdsourced by one of our amazing community members, and every Sunday we share our pieces on Instagram or wherever you are online, and specifically in my broadcast channel on Instagram. There we support each other and encourage each other to keep going, and it's a really exciting way to see how a whole bunch of different people perceive differently the same image. So if you have been looking for a painting community, this might be the one for you. It is super fun and supportive and a great way to get into a painting practice no matter what level you're at. If you're interested, just click the link below in the description to join, and I will send you an email with the rules and information about how we do the challenge, and you will start getting the reference photo every Monday. And hey, if you have a painting friend, then invite them to join too, because painting is always better together. If you are interested in watching another photo that we painted in the past, then you can watch another video and you don't have to go anywhere. You can just click on it because it is coming up right here.